What up? Today we're diving into a topic Hollywood loves to botch: remakes.
Oh God, kill me now.
I know, most of them are cinematic dumpster fires. Total Recall in 2012, Ghostbusters 2016, I'm not sure I'll ever recover. 2024's The Crow. But every once in a blue moon, a remake comes along that just slaps, like John Carpenter's The Thing, which took a cheesy 50s flick and turned it into a paranoia-soaked masterpiece. Easily one of my favorite movies of all time.
It is sex.
So today I've compiled a list of 10 classic movies, cult favorites, forgotten gems, and some wild 80s fever dreams that are just begging for a modern reboot. I don't think these are just cash grab bait. They're stories with untapped potential that, with the right love and a director who actually gives a shit, could be absolute bangers.
You suck, you jackass.
Howdy, and thanks for clicking on this video to see what this jackass has to say. I appreciate you. Before we move forward, all I ask is that you smash that like button, share this show with someone, anyone, and subscribe for more content like this. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, oh great, another list of remakes we don't need, hear me out.
Will you just listen to the man?
I vividly remember watching The Last Starfighter as a kid and being completely blown away by the idea that playing video games could lead to real adventures in space. Fast forward to today, with esports and virtual reality, that concept is more relevant than ever. So why hasn't this movie gotten the remake it deserves? That's what I'm here to discuss with you fine folks. These 10 movies have something unique to offer, and a modern approach could really bring them to their full potential. Now, without further ado, let's get into the sole reason you clicked on this video in the first place. Number 10, Forbidden Planet. Leslie Nielsen, before he was chasing Naked Guns, leads a starship crew to a planet where Walter Pigeon, scientist, and his daughter Anne Francis live with Robbie the robot. There's a monster born from the mind, and it's basically Shakespeare's The Tempest in space. It really was groundbreaking stuff for the 50s. So why should this be remade? Well, this is sci-fi royalty, and it's ripe for a rethink. Go Arrival with the visuals, Ex Machina with tension, and cast a heavy hitter like Oscar Isaac as the commander. Robbie could be sleek yet retro, and you can make the monster a psychological gut punch. It's a classic that could stun a new audience if they nail the landing. Number 9, Explorers. A trio of kids, Ethan Hawke, River Phoenix, and Jason Preston, dream up a spaceship made of junk and blast off to meet aliens who love TV. Directed by Joe Dante, it's E.T. meets the Goonies with a quirky third act that's pure 80s weirdness. Why should this be remade? Well, I think this could be Super 8 with a bigger heart and a better third act. Keep the DIY spirit, practical effects for the ship, please, and cast some unknown kids with chemistry. Update the aliens with District 9 style design, and you've got a sci-fi adventure that's nostalgic yet fresh. Do not, I repeat, do not let J.J. Abrams near it, because he'll just add lens flares and ruin your childhood. Number 8, Spawn. Michael J. White plays Al Simmons, a soldier betrayed, killed, and resurrected as Spawn, a hellspawn with a killer cape and grudge. John Leguizamo's a gross clown demon, and Martin Sheen's the schemer pulling all the strings. It's dark, it's comic book gritty, and the CGI, well, it's aged like milk. I think this would be a great remake. Spawn's too raw for the MCU, and that's why we need him. A hard R reboot with Logan-level stakes. A suit that looks like it crawled out of hell, thank you modern VFX, and a director like Guillermo del Toro could make this a gothic masterpiece. It's allegedly already in the works, but I think it's meeting production hell, so fingers crossed they don't blow it. But let's not get our hopes too high. Number 7, The Phantom. Billy Zane rocks a purple suit and a skull ring as the Phantom, a jungle hero fighting pirates and a mystical cult. Christy Swanson's the feisty Diana, Treat Williams hams it up as the villain, and there's a vibe like The Rocketeer meets Tarzan. It's pure comic book pulp at its finest. So I think a remake would benefit this, because this could easily be the next Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Ditch the camp, give us a rugged lead, maybe Chris Hemsworth, and lead into the adventure with lush jungles and practical stunts. The Phantom's been around since the 1930s, so a serious take could make him the timeless icon he deserves to be. Honestly, the purple suit's negotiable, but I'd keep it for the fans.
Blasphemy.
Number 6, The Golden Child. This is peak 1980s Eddie Murphy. He plays Chandler Jarrell, a PI hired to save a magical kid with powers straight out of a comic book. He's dodging demons, cracking jokes, and facing off with Charles Dance as a suave bad guy. It's action comedy and mysticism all in a blender. This movie's just begging for a modern action comedy remake. Cast someone like Donald Glover or Ryan Gosling. Give the kids some Stranger Things level charm and amp up the supernatural stakes with Shang-Chi style visuals. Keep the humor sharp, the fight slick, and you got a hit that honors Eddie's legacy without copying it. Bonus points for keeping this bit.
Let us have the knife.
Let him ask it. I said, I want the knife.
Number 5, The Black Hole. I would love to see Disney with a dark return to form. They went really dark with this one. It's about a crew played by Robert Forster, Anthony Perkins, and Yvette Mimieux as they stumble on a ghost ship orbiting a black hole commanded by Maximilian Schell's unhinged scientist and a silent hulking robot Maximilian. It's got existential dread, a trippy ending, and a score that'll haunt your dreams. This movie screams remake all over it. This was 2001: A Space Odyssey for kids who like nightmares. Today we could go full Interstellar, stunning visuals, real science, and a tighter plot that doesn't lose itself in the void. Keep Maximilian creepy, maybe give him a voice, and you've got a sci-fi horror hybrid that could outshine the original's ambition. I'd love to see it, but Disney would never greenlight that. Number 4, The Shadow. Alec Baldwin, all the pre-30 Rock snark and paparazzi meltdowns, dons a fedora and cape as the Shadow, a vigilante who can cloud men's minds. He's up against a scenery-chewing John Lone as a Genghis Khan descendant in 1930s New York. Penelope Ann Miller's there as Margot Lane, the dame who's smarter than she looks. It's pulpy, it's stylish, it's got Art Deco dripping from every frame. Honestly, I think that movie's a little bit underrated. So I think a remake would really help boost this character's popularity. This came out before superheroes were cool, and it deserves a second shot. A Dark Knight style reboot can really lean into the noir, gritty streets, shadowy vibes, and a Shadow who's more tormented than campy. Upgrade the action, keep the retro aesthetic, and you've got a hero who could rival Batman. I mean, not quite, but you get what I'm saying. A lot of what happened in that movie can definitely stay in the 90s, like Alec Baldwin's mullet. Number 3, Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Top of the morning, you filthy lads.
This is one of the most out-of-pocket Disney movies ever made. And you know what? It's a sleeper. If you haven't seen this movie, pause this video, go watch it, come back and see if you agree with me. Albert Sharp plays Darby, a drunk, crafty Irishman who tangles with the Leprechaun King to score some wishes. It's got spooky banshees, pots of gold, and a pre-James Bond Sean Connery singing about his pretty Irish girl. It's a folklore fever dream with a side of wholesome and some just wild-ass scenes. This may be a stretch, maybe we just don't touch this, but I think this could be Disney's next Pirates of the Caribbean. Modern effects could make the leprechauns mischievous and the banshee downright chilling. Think practical puppets mixed with subtle CGI. Add a witty script, some Irish music that slaps, and a new Connery-esque heartthrob, and you've got a family fantasy that doesn't talk down to kids. Cheers to that. Number 2, Krull. Krull is what happens when you mash up Star Wars and Lord of the Rings in a blender with no budget. Ken Marshall plays Colin, a prince on a quest to save the bride Lissa from the Beast, an alien warlord who looks like a rejected Doctor Who villain. There's a magical throwing star weapon called the glaive, a cyclops with a tragic backstory, and horses that breathe fire. It's gloriously bananas. I think this movie's prime for a remake. Krull tried so hard to be epic, but the 80s tech just couldn't keep up. Today, we've got the tools. Think Game of Thrones level world building meets Dune's visuals. Flesh out the lore, making the Beast terrifying instead of a rubber suit. And give us a romance worth rooting for. It could be a genre mashup for the ages. Just do not, I repeat, do not skip on those fire mares. Number 1, The Last Starfighter. I mentioned it earlier, but this is the one. Imagine you're a kid in the 80s wasting quarters on an arcade game called Starfighter, when suddenly a shady alien recruiter played by the legendary Robert Preston shows up and says, hey, you're actually a space warrior now. That's the life of Alex Rogan, brought to scruffy life by Lance Quest. He's whisked off to fight in an interstellar war, all because he got a high score on a video game. It's got spaceship battles, a wisecracking alien sidekick, and CGI that looks like it was rendered on a Commodore 64. All of that is primed for a remake. Remake. I think the premise is gold. Gaming skills translate into real-world heroism. That's Ender's Game meets Fortnite, and it's screaming for today's esports generation. With sleek ship designs and practical effects, a Top Gun Maverick-style dogfight in space, and a script that keeps the 80s charm but ditches the dated bits, Hollywood can even throw in a meta nod like Alex streaming on Twitch before the aliens nab him. I think it's a slam dunk if they don't half-ass it. Okay, so let's be honest, remakes are usually a gamble, and most of them crash and burn hard. But these 10, I think they've got the DNA for greatness. The ideas are there, the vibes are there, they just need someone with guts and a vision to take them seriously. Like John Carpenter did with The Thing. There also needs to be a modicum of trust in Hollywood, which is a big ask, I know.
I don't trust him anymore.
Not every old flick deserves a reboot, but these, I think they're diamonds in the rough waiting to shine.
A man can dream.
So Hollywood, get your shit together and don't you dare CGI deepfake Leslie Nielsen's face.
Yes, I remember I had lasagna.
What about you all? Which of these classics would you remake first? Hit the comments, smash the like button if you agree most remakes suck, and subscribe for more rants about movies we love to love. As always, the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone, but what do I know? I'm but a mere jackass. I'll try to do better next time. Catch you later, friends.
That talks too much. I'm just a jackass of all trades. Don't know shit. I'll keep on talking, acting like I'm so legit. From politics to sports, I'll spout my